If you've been paying attention to competitive Madden over the last 2 weeks, I'm almost certain that you've noticed a new loop blitz meta that is evolving. But is this meta truly new? Or is it something that's been in the game all year long? In today's video, we're going to talk about exactly what that meta is and how you can block it whenever you're facing an online gameplay. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Zane for the Zane Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new loop blitz meta that is evolving in competitive Madden. Now, if you've watched the Madden Bowl, I'm sure you noticed that there was a number of competitors, namely the players that were in bunch, that were really struggling with this meta. Now, it's actually not that difficult a meta to counter. There's like 3 ways that I think you can absolutely torch this, but a lot of players right now are struggling with this loop blitz. And I really think that this blitz became a blitz because people were struggling with the mobile quarterback. Now, if you were to go back early in the year to even videos here on the channel, if not videos on Gridiron Game Plans, my strategy site, we talked about the second level contain linebacker and its importance in competitive Madden from a defensive perspective. And really, the contain linebacker from the second level is such a great tool to neutralize the escape artist because it prohibits the ability for the offense to put the double team icon on that player, get him sealed by 2 offensive linemen, and then scramble with your escape artist. And that really is the biggest issue facing defensive players in Madden at this point in Madden 22 is that there's just so much that goes into stopping an escape artist quarterback that we don't often have resources available to us to guard the routes once we've effectively kept the quarterback in the pocket. So this evolution of this blitz meta, I believe, stems from the second level contain concept. Now, what most players are doing with this is they're going into the 2-3-6 will, which is a formation that is in the Baltimore Ravens defense. Now, I have a ton of Ravens defensive content. I've got 2-4-5, big dime 2-3-6. I've also got vault updates that talk about the 2-3-6 will a couple weeks back before this really became super meta in the Madden Bowl. I've also got content out of nickel triple and other formations in the Ravens defense. But a lot of players are starting to run the Ravens defense because of all the different things that you can do defensively. And this Edge Blitz 2 is really where a lot of players are starting to try to contain their quarterback. So what they're doing is they're calling this play flipped. And what they're going to do from there is they're going to put a player, oftentimes a safety, at this linebacker spot, and they're trying to get him to loop all the way around the left side of the line. And this is also something that you could try out of the Edge Blitz 1 and also try to run it a little bit out of the Edge Blitz 3 as well. And for right now, a lot of players are really truly struggling with picking this up. I'm going to show this to you with a 5-out offense. And again, what most players are doing with this is they are taking this slot corner. They're going to man up the running back. They're going to put him in a vert hook. They're going to do a number of different things with this, but they're going to go ahead and QB contain and pass commit. And it's really that simple. And what happens is you get this contain player right here, Fuller, and he's going to loop around the left side of the line. And if it's a 5-out offense, oftentimes the tackle doesn't pick him up and he goes straight to the quarterback. Now, of course, my user's in the middle of the field in the cover 2, so I'd be responsible for the area between the safeties in this. But again, as you take a look at how this pressure was dialed up, you can very easily see that the left side of the line did not negotiate this twist, and we are getting to the quarterback for the sack. Furthermore, I think it kind of explains why the twist isn't in Madden. It hasn't been in Madden for a long time. It's because they don't have the logic on the offensive line to hand up lane exchanges in terms of blitzing. If you guys are enjoying this free YouTube content, I would strongly urge you to go over to my strategy website. GridironGamePlans.gg is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault Update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active, and access to our Discord server, where every single Wednesday, we have a live lab session covering the week's Vault content and any questions you guys have about Madden. So make sure you guys head over to GridironGamePlans.gg. $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. So this is how a lot of players end up trying to contain the quarterback. And, from a standpoint of containing the quarterback, it's actually really good because, most players, they kind of look at the offensive line, and if they were to say, okay, I want to scramble to the left right here, they're going to slap a double team on this player. Well, the player that's actually in a contain is the player behind him that's looping. But if I try to put that double team icon on him, I can't go up off of the defensive line. I can just go across the defensive line. Second level players cannot be targeted with a double team. So that puts it as a physical impossibility for the offense to be able to roll out to the left. Even if I wanted to slap a double team and slide protect, he's still going to run all the way around everybody and get to the quarterback. And I can't really set up or step up in the pocket and try to change anything. I can only go to the right. So we've kind of neutralized the left side rollout. And this meta is really, really popular right now. And it's not something that is just in the 2-3-6 will. Again, this is something that has been in the game for a good long while, and we've talked about it. Let me go ahead and show you an example of another formation that you can do this out of. And that formation would be the 3-3-5 odd or the 2-4-5 odd. 2-4-5 odd is also very, very popular this year. So if you run this defense, it would be pretty interesting if you guys could mix this in for your scheme and just kind of, you know, lay off that pinch 2 spam a little bit if you rely on it a little bit too much. But we're going to do something very, very similar here in the 3-3-5 odd. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and base align. I'm going to press. I'm going to slide my linebackers to the right. And what you're going to see is that this looping guy can then be put into a contain. You pass commit, and you know, if your opponent decides to snap the ball with a 5-out offense, you're going to see pretty much the same feature. Von Miller loops all the way around and you're right there to the quarterback. This is something that's been in the game since launch, and it's really just becoming popular right now. Now, what's really interesting about this is that we know that the running back struggles with this. So if they block the running back and we do this, what you're oftentimes going to notice is that the linebacker will loop all the way around the running back. And I'm going to try to illustrate that for you. It's not 100%, but as you guys know, the running back does really struggle with the contain. Most good players are not going to try to block a running back against a contain looper. But I'll go ahead and block Mixon right here, pass commit, and you should see that he should run around him. Yeah, and you know, right there he got picked up. But again, to me, that's not the way that you try to pick up a contain. You're just going to notice that far too often he's going to end up looping and getting to the quarterback. And if that happens, you know, that puts you on 2nd down and 20 or whatever, and now you're in a lot of trouble. But again, here you see how this kind of operates. You see that he loops, basically tries to loop around. If you move the quarterback at all, the running back won't block. And I think that's probably why he's blocked him 2 times in a row, you know, most players naturally have a propensity to step up or step left or step right. If you don't move at all, there's a chance the running back latches on, but if you do, he most likely is going to get run around. I'll try to show that to you one last time here. So again, you're going to shift the looper around so he's coming from the 2nd level, pass commit. I'm going to block the running back here, snap the football. And if I move it all, you're going to see here, actually the running back did a pretty good job. I mean, we're 3 for 3, but again, just kind of understand that the running back oftentimes ends up getting fooled. There are other ways to kind of fool the running back in this game. I think it's good that, you know, we've shown a situation where the running back can pick it up, but there are just so many ways that you can fiddle with the running back. Another example might be if you do the same setup and then maybe man up the running back from across the formation with this guy, there's potential for that to confuse him. So if we do this, you can see the running back kind of steps inside, and there you go. It ends up being a situation. I didn't even throw the ball, and we got a strip out of that. I don't know how that happened, but he wound up and threw the ball and got stripped. So naturally, there's a lot of ways to confuse the running back if they try to block the running back and they're somehow, some way consistently blocking it. But again, this is something that's been in the game, right? And I just want to reiterate that this is nothing new. You know, it's nothing new to this game, and there's actually a lot of ways that pick it up, and we're going to get into those momentarily. I want to show you quickly another one that I think is a solid counter for the mobile quarterback. Now, this might not be a situation where he loops all the way around and gets a sack, but this is something that I will do out of, you know, the nickel 2-4-5. If I wanted to be in cover 2 out of this, I could put Reader in a blitz. I could go ahead and put Von Miller into a vertical hook. I could then go ahead and QB contain and pass commit. And even if the tackle blocks him, the added bonus of this is that it's impossible, absolutely impossible to double team him. So I can double team Von, but that's not going to mean that Reader will get sealed on this. So we snap this ball. You're going to see here that he keeps perfect contain. So in that situation, I can't scramble to the left. And I believe that that is where this blitz meta evolved, is that, you know, the 2nd level contain is really, really valuable. Again, if we were to kind of mix in this tip here, what you might end up doing in a defense that doesn't loop for pressure is you might go ahead and blitz both of your middle linebackers, drop both of your outside linebackers into, you know, whatever you want. You know, I could go ahead and set up like a Mabel coverage, for instance. And then you pass commit and QB contain. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you 2 second level linebackers that are going to corral the quarterback. And, you're not going to end up with the ability to get outside. Meanwhile, the pocket is basically degrading from the inside out. And that's kind of how I play defense this year, is I've kept the quarterback in the pocket and let the defensive tackles provide the pass rush. This is just kind of giving you a little bit of a 2-for-1. Now, the problem with this concept when you loop for pressure rather than loop for contain is that honestly, it's really bad. So I think that this is actually a blitz that started to get countered a fair amount towards the tail end of the Madden Bowl. I think that it took everybody by surprise early on. And then what ended up happening is some of the counters for it really came in. And what we saw in the Madden Bowl final was the use of play action. And this was something that I talked about in the Gridiron Vault most recently this week. So this is actually a tip that I put in as well. And what this is you're going to run a half play action fake. And what that's going to do is it's either going to put the running back in a perfect spot to pick up the guys he loops around as he crosses in front of the quarterback, or it will dumb out the looper and he'll run into the B gap and get swallowed up by the guard. So let's go ahead and put that on display. I'm going to call the bunch halfback strong PA bunch shot. It's a play that ran a fair amount in the Madden Bowl Championship, actually. And what we're going to see with this is exactly that. If you have the running back basically running a play action block assignment out of shotgun towards the looper, it ends up getting picked up. So I'm going to go 4 out, running back stays in off of a play action fake. So again, we're going to pass commit. I'm going to put this guy into whatever assignment I want. And here we go. What we're going to do is snap this ball, and you're going to see that the running back will step across. And you saw how that guy ended up basically running straight into the guard. And that's what a lot of players are going to do against this loop meta, is they're just going to go ahead and try to make it so the guy just dumbs out and runs straight into the guard. If you're facing this and struggling with that guy coming in off the edge, just run a little play action. So let me go ahead and run that again for you one more time. And put this guy into an assignment, QB contain, pass commit. Again, I'm showing you the pass commit right here. And you would think with a pass commit that would make the looper loop, but again, he's gonna, end up going to a spot, and he's gonna get picked up, and then I can throw a dot. So that's really, really easy. Now, if you don't want to carry out the full play action fake, what you can end up doing is actually kind of tap out of it. And if you don't know what tapping out is, basically if you hit the right trigger in the middle of the snap, it will kind of pull out of that play fake just a little bit early, and it'll have the same effect. So you're gonna see here, right trigger, and you're gonna see that the guard still steps up. And in that situation, the guard picks it up rather than the running back, which is nice. So you've got a couple options with your play fake. If you carry it out fully, the running back will oftentimes block. If you tap out of it early, whether it be pressure or you just want to, the guard does it, which is just fine. So that's a really, really obvious way that you guys can do this, is kind of run that little concept. Now, what I would recommend against this is that most of these formations that run this, they kind of look like a dollar type of formation. 2-3-6 will basically is a dollar formation. And if you can get under center against that and just establish a little bit of the run game, you're going to be just fine. And even if you don't want to establish a little bit of the run game, you're still going to have the ability to work this. So I'm going to show you a single back under center play action here that you can add, and it's going to work the same way. So if I go ahead and let's put long and man-to-man here, QB contain, pass commit, I've got a little play action fake with the running back going towards the looper. And what we're going to do, snap the ball, little half play fake, and the loop doesn't come in. You see right there, Aaron Donald is still Aaron Donald, but the guy that was designed to get the pressure from this scheme doesn't have a chance. So you guys are going to see a ton of this. This is the most popular loop meta right now for containing the quarterback. The other thing I want to talk about is that this meta is not great at stopping the quarterback scramble. I think that if you're going to use second level contains, do it to contain the quarterback, not to generate pressure. Because the last thing you want is somebody to end up running either a play fake and then scrambling, or just running the play fake altogether. There's a couple different ways. I showed you the play action. Now the other thing that people can't account for is that this only really handles one side. This is still a defense at its core that is not great. And what I mean by that is that yeah, I can't scramble left, but I sure as heck can scramble to the right by putting a double team right here. And what that's going to do for me is if I want to block a tight end or not, I'm still going to be able to roll out, hit that double team, and then, you know, hit my post. You see right there, I was able to do that for a one-play score. And that's what a lot of players were doing in the Madden Bowl, which is why that defense didn't show nearly as well in the finals as it did the first time we saw it in the Madden Bowl. There's just so many ways to handle it. You can run on it, you can play action it, or you can double team and roll out away from it. It's really just great as a surprise element every now and then. So there you guys have it. That is the new meta that's out there in the game right now, how to counter it, why it works, and the fact that it works out of a lot of different formations. I want to leave you with just one thought. If you guys are struggling with the quarterback rollout, again, use the tip as a way to contain the quarterback, not as a way to generate pressure. A lot of players will start to get themselves in trouble when they get focused on trying to generate pressure rather than just contain. Use second level linebackers, blitz them, QB contain. It's really that simple. Get them looping around. You can run this as pretty much a max coverage. If you really want your guy in the middle to shed, make sure that the game counts 4 rushers, 2 contains, 2 rushers. You can pull your guy back in coverage if you want to. And at least at this point, you're still going to be able to, you know, keep the quarterback in the pocket while Aaron Donald does what Aaron Donald does. And then you can still have your 8-man coverage. So you see right here, good contains, Aaron Donald looking for a shed. If not, not a big deal. Now, if you have that guy on the right that's getting sealed, move him out a little bit. And again, really important that you pass commit. So I'll go ahead and show you one last time here. Now, if I put the guy right here, I put the guy right here, I pass commit, and I've got 3-man rush. Let's put this guy into a zone here. 3-man rush. I blitz my user to make it 4 so Aaron Donald can shed. You're going to be in just fine shape. So you see right there, perfect contain. Aaron Donald splits through the middle. Your contains are one-on-one. If you end up needing a spy or whatever, you can go ahead and use the spy, but there you have it. That is how you actually contain a quarterback with second level players. Try to avoid using it as a pressure. Seriously, please, you'll be much better off. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop them below. Make sure you guys also subscribe to the channel here as we're pushing towards 12,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can get that here very, very soon. I appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys tomorrow with the next one. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.